All is not well in the PDP as some party chieftains are not happy with Atiku Abubakar's treatment of Nyesom Wike. Will this rumble in the jungle deal a knockout blow to the party's presidential election? We have in-depth analysis of this on the program. Also, the Nigerian basketball is back on the world stage after the federal government rescinded its decision to withdraw the national teams from international competitions. We'll talk sports on the breakfast this morning. And of course, we have a usual look at the headlines on the front pages of the national dailies. Welcome, it's another day. And of course, we're back with the breakfast on PlusTvAfrica. My name is Kofi Bartels. And of course, I'm not alone. Messi Bopo also with me on the program this morning. We start off with a top trending segment. Of course, we have a bumper package for you as we just advertised. And you'd love to be a part of this program this morning. But before we get to the major discussions, the top trending segment, of course, we'll look at the big stories and what's got people talking on the social space in Nigeria and indeed around the world. The big one, and personally, I'm not too big on personal stories. When we have to talk about people's marriages, people's family issues, I don't really want to talk about it because everybody has a problem or one issue or the other. It's part of life. But the reason we're going to talk about this personal situation, so that's with a marriage breakup, is because Nigerians are talking about it. And why are Nigerians talking about it? Is because it involves two people that Nigerians love so much. First person, JJC Skillz, Abdul Rashid Bello, fondly called JJC Skillz. If you remember the song, We Are Africans. So he was the one, a rapper producer from Nigeria who popularized what is now known as Afrobeat, but Afropop, you want to call it that. Some many years ago, he's loved by Nigerians around the world. He's not alone. Second dramatist personnel in this episode is Funke Akindele, who is a Nigerian superstar actress, popularly called Jennifer. Yes, indeed. And of course, if we show the pictures on the screen right now, you will be able to understand who we are talking about. There we go. So these two are beloved by Nigerians. Nigerians love them. And JJC Skillz confirmed that the star actress of Jennifer fame had asked him to leave her house and refused to speak with him. That she asked him to leave her house and refused to speak with him. Now, so this is some news that got Nigerians talking, and a lot of people sad, celebrities and fans alike. JJC Skillz noted that their marriage was beyond repair and that he's seeking for ways for them to co-parent. All right, it's to be co-parents with their kids, living as of course, separately, and manage their joint business manage the joint business. Now, this is what he wrote on social media. He said, quote, "Dear friends and family, I need to let you know that Funke and I have separated. While it lasted, we shared a lot of things together. We have created two beautiful children. The last 2 years have been extremely difficult. For us. I know I've tried my best to fix things, but I believe it is beyond repair now. 3 months ago, and at Funke's insistence, I moved out of the house, and apart from AMVCA, I have not been able to get Funke to sit down in an amicable matter to discuss the future of our relationship. I'm making this announcement so that the public is clear that we both are pursuing separate lives. We still have issues that need to be addressed, such as the custody and well-being of our children, which is paramount, as well as the business interests which need to be disentangled, but I have no doubt that these will be resolved one way or the other." It's just really sad, but it's reported that there were rumors already in the media space of the couple's marriage really hitting the rocks as recently as April with JJC Skillz' second child, Benito. Benito raised the alarm. Benito put out a viral video. He is JJC's son from his second baby mama, if you want to call it that. All right. So in April, he put out a video hinting that rumors of crisis within the family, within the Bello marriage, might be true, is what he said. Rumors of crisis between the Bello family might be true. It was commenting on the TikTok post of the crisis in the Bello home. It's really sad. Now, this is what Benito said. This is a child of JJC from his second, you call it baby mama, not marriage. But this is what Benito said. After living with the actress for 2 years, he said, quote, "She's not what you all think she is. She's not what you all think she is." And he added that living with her was a horror. So in response, JJC took to social media to show support for his wife, showering her with praises in his subsequent posts. But they said there's no smoke without fire. Now, sometime in May, the second baby mama of JJC Skillz, Mela, who is the mother of Benito, who made that comment on TikTok, took to her Instagram page to accuse Funke Akindele of attacking her son with a distorted private information. And Mela, who had earlier accused JJC Skillz of physical assault on their son, called out the Nollywood actress. She called out the Nollywood actress, and she said, quote, "She attacked my 17-year-old son with a nasty, distorted private information. And for information, this isn't drama, this is trauma." So that's been what's been happening. I mean, it's been on since April. So Mela claimed that JJC assaulted his son and inflicted, grievous harm or bodily harm on him, and also accused Funke Akindele as well. This is what she said, and I quote, "While you parade yourself on social media pretending with fake piety to be the main character in an aspirational story, the son that you assaulted and inflicted grievous bodily harm upon is still recovering from his physical injuries and mental trauma. Fathers take their sons to a hospital. They don't put them there." Abdul Bello, aka JJC Skillz, she said, "You can try to fake it on social media, but would not let the truth be forgotten." So that's what she said. So it's been on. We've always been seeing a perfect picture of the couple, in relation to, their son, their children, stepson, and all that. But this Benito incident, is what basically just brought out a lot of attention on the family, and of course on the issues that they have. All right. So Funke Akindele, if we want to do a background, it's not the first time she's having the issues. I'm not here to judge her or anything like that, but it's part of the story, so we talk about it. She came to the marriage on the back of a crashed marriage that barely lasted a year. It's well documented. It's all over the media. JJC Skillz himself had fathered 3 children from 3 different women. So it was good to see that this was working for them. If you remember, you can recall that Funke and her first husband, Kehinde Oloyede, walked down the aisle on May 26, 2012, but it was just about a year later in 2013. This is in July 2013, citing irreconcilable differences. So from 2013, 3 years later, almost 3 years later, about 3 years later, in 2016, she walked down the aisle again with JJC Skillz. This wedding took place in London. It was good to see that both of them were having, from 2016, this is 6 years, or thereabouts. So the two have a set of twins. They have 2 kids, a set of twins. And it was good to see that both of them were moving on well, and I'm sure a lot of people also were wishing them well. But this is where things stand. There have been reactions to this, of course, as expected. Celebrities have reacted. Fans of the two have also reacted. Basically, the reaction has been one of, anguish, disturbance at the news, and support for the couple, but also wish that they can put aside their differences and come back together. So this is what we've been seeing. Fans on social media were stung by the gloomy news, and they let out their frustration, their emotions on Twitter and Instagram. For instance, Daddy Freeze, my colleague, reacted on Instagram saying, "When that boy did talk, people know here." Now, wow, this is talking about Benito. Now, wow. Samuel Jemitalo, filmmaker, said men never marry a woman that has made it. She will never respect you. He put 100, an emoji 100 there. Never marry a woman that is a social media freak. They learn things from a lot of women who don't know the meaning of feminism, he said. Never marry a woman that is full of herself, a woman that makes you feel privileged to marry her. These kind of women are grossly rude. Marry a humble and nice and born-again woman. Oh, I'm just going to pause for a second. And another Twitter user, Omo Kiko, said Funke Klede marriage has crashed. Marriage is not for two males. As a woman, if you hustle too much, you become a male in spirit, body, and soul. Some of them not being too kind to the lady. We don't know what happened behind the scenes, so we can't take sides. But this is what some people are saying. Another Twitter user by the name The Real Daddy Mo One said JJC said he and Funke Kindle have had a very, very difficult time for the last 2 years, but their social media posts and behavior have shown a different story. It's another reminder that you shouldn't compare your real lives with other people's controlled online content. This is, I think, for me, the highlight of all the reactions. Yes. And of course, another social media user described the news as heartbreaking. He says, quote, "Heartbreaking to hear about Funke Akindele's marriage separation as announced by her husband, JJC Skillz Bello. Praying for you guys. Praying you guys the grace, humility, fortitude to make things right if this is meant to be. Hope the public truly respects their privacy at this time." I think this is what we all need. Pray for them, that things will work out for them. And if they decide to remain apart, that God helps them all heal. And indeed, the public needs to respect their privacy at this time. All right, at this time. We pray for them. We hope that they can sort their issues out. And indeed, we wish them the very best as they try to navigate the murky waters of single parenthood. It's not easy. It's not easy to be a single parent. Let's move on. Let's move on from that. And we come back to issues of governance, really. It's been a tough time for some Nigerians with the increase in, fuel fares, costs rather, prices. You look at the pump price of petrol. Even though it's set and fixed by government, you have the filling stations, the retail outlets selling above pump price because of several factors that are well documented, some of which have led to recently fuel scarcity in Abuja, Lagos, and other parts of the country. Also, the cost of diesel, also the increasing and rising cost, still rising, by the way. The cost of diesel is also well documented. These and some other reasons have led Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu to announce a flat rate increase in the BRT fare. This is a bus rapid transport system introduced in Lagos State by the administration of Babatunde Raji Fashola. Now they're increasing the fares by 100 naira across board. A flat rate of 100 naira in the bus fares for all bus rapid transit standard routes as part of measures to sustain operations. All right, and the government of Lagos State is saying, hey, we're having issues. We're having a difficulty keeping up with the cost of what they call the exponential increase in the pump price of diesel from 187 naira per liter to 830 naira per liter between August 2020 and June 2022. All right, that's in the space of 2 years. I think we need to pause for a moment and breathe over that one. Yes, indeed, that's the situation. And they say that this has greatly affected the optimal performance of the bus operating companies, leading to the withdrawal of buses from operations and longer waiting time at bus stations. So they say they have been forced to do this. All right, they've been forced to do this. Also, they have increased cost of parts, spare parts. You know that the naira has been struggling against the US dollar, falling like it's nobody's business. You know, so it'll be expected that these spare parts that are not manufactured in Nigeria, that are imported from overseas with US dollars, will definitely cost more in naira. Of course, the users of the bus rapid transport service in Lagos do not pay US dollars when they use it to move around. They pay naira. So this of course are two very, very important factors. Rising cost of inputs required for sustainable service offering, and the intended high number of buses out of operation. They have a lot of buses, according to what they're saying, out of operation as a result of lack of spare parts. That's what they're saying, as a result of lack of spare parts. So they just have to do this. I think people will understand if government increases the fare by 100 naira. You know, but some are saying, you know, this is government has the money. They rake a whole lot of money from Lagosians, from the transportation sector on a daily basis. I mean, some motorcycle or car operators within their states approved routes in Lagos pay as much as 500 naira per day. Now, if you multiply that 500 naira per day by all the Okada, let's even say 300 naira per day by all the Okada riders alone. We're not talking about keke and pep riders or minibus riders or downfall drivers or whatever. You know, you look at how much they make in a day. Some would say that they can plow this money into offering, you know, transportation services on a welfare basis for Lagosians. But then again, the argument can be made that such a scheme as a bus rapid transport needs to be run like a business. You know, if it's run like a business, then of course it will be sustainable. You know, so these are some of the arguments going on. But that's the news. BRT fares increased by 100 naira flat rate across all routes. A final trending story. Obi Kubana is a favorite on Instagram. Yes, the owner of the Kubana group, you know, and of course he's dabbled into hospitality, dabbled into the club scene and real estate as well. He's usually seen with E-Money, the brother of Casey. Yes, of Casey Fresh fame. I want to Limpopo. That's right. He's seen with Limpopo's brother, E-Money, usually. And both of them, along with others, have met with the government or the governor of Anambra State to donate some money. And this money they're donating, they're saying it is part of their support for the fight against insecurity in Anambra. You know, they've started what you call the Anambra State Security Trust Fund. The chairman of Nedcomok is another real estate company. Ken Okonkwo is also there as well. I think that we need to correct that name. But anyway, so he, along with E-Money, Emeka Okonkwo, Keno Nwoko, I think is the right name, and of course Obina Yebu, who that's the government name of Obi Kubana. They moved together to see Professor Chukwuma Sozo, governor of Anambra State, to say we want to donate some money to the Anambra State Security Trust Fund on behalf of our companies, you know, to support the state to fight insecurity. It's a good move. It's a good one. Welcome development from the businessmen who are usually seen together. I mean, on Instagram, they're everywhere. People love them. People aspire to be like them. You know, E-Money is always looking flashy. He knows how to dress. Obi Kubana is always looking successful. Odogo, they call him, you know. And these are success stories. Success stories. Young, hardworking Nigerians from the southeast who are doing well, making clean, honest living, all right, and taking advantage of the opportunities in the Nigerian economy. They're doing well. They're doing well. And it's good to see that they have taken part of their earnings to say we want to support government. Government can't do it alone. And if government wants to fight insecurity, we're also doing something. We have money to support. That's good. That's good. That's very good. And others should take a cue. It's not only Dangote. It's totally Dangote who'll be donating. All right. That's as much you can take on the top trending segment right here on the Breakfast on PlusTvAfrica. We'll be right back after this break to look at what the papers say with our guest analyst. Please stay with us.